Today, we are going to be helping out my assistant turning her renter-friendly house into a home, starting with her DIY small closet.
Oh my god.
Isn't that so stunning? Allie has seen me, she has seen me through basically everything last year. And to ring in the new year with her, like demoing this wall and getting excited to do the home renovation within the actual house on my property, I don't know. I just kind of like sat back and was looking at her and was just like, but let's do that for you too. Let's just not do that for me. You join the party. That's where this episode's coming from. And that's what you're about to see us do in like 2 seconds, the hammering. Love you.
Love you. Such a fun way.
What's a fun way? What, your teeth coming off? It's always the weirdest feeling because I choose to be so alone out here when people like leave. Like even though I have, you know, Allie and Tori out here, my little desert family, like it's always so strange. I've said this before in other vlogs, but there's just this weird decompression moment of like, right, how do you function without that other person? How do you function without your family? How do you function back being yourself? Like I know how to. I'm sad. I'm actually really sad, but that's okay. Everything's fine. I want more time. Okay, this is how my brain works. I want more time with the trailer bedroom. I don't want to rush this and get this episode out on Monday and it feel very rushed and forced because it's going to take me a little bit longer to source one of the items. So how we're going to revert and get you an episode and also give back to one of my favorite people in the world because I want to start working over at her house. If you didn't catch the vlog, I actually like made over Allie's room. Now I'm just like kind of addicted to giving back in that way and making her house a home. She's been working behind the scenes, but on her scenes, on her phone.
New Orleans, do you want this? Because the only reason why I keep it is because I know it's your shirt and I don't want to like get rid of your sentimental thing. Or is it not of my age and I should donate it?
Maybe they are teenager shirts.
Cleaning out the closet, getting it ready, and today we're just gonna go and assess and make sure we have a good game plan, get materials, and then start to prep what we need to install for tomorrow. I don't know about you, but for me specifically, when I'm doing a project, there really is just a day of like sitting and cleaning out, and another day of just kind of like staring at it and measuring it, which she's already done. And then the next day where you think you're gonna get to work, for me at least, doesn't end up being that. It ends up being like, well, what do you need? How do you wanna make it cute? We gather all the things so we can just kind of execute, you know? So we're gonna go DIY with Miss Allie and get her master closet situated. Fun. Well, hello. I switched the overalls. Felt like these are more fitting. This is the fit. Double glasses for always. Bloodstones, cow print, socks, Free People overalls, Free People onesie underneath. I got my long johns on. And I forget who this jacket was by. Oh, Salt. This jacket is Salt, and that's one of my favorites. You're a really good boy. I mean, seriously, fabulous. Just a genius. Okay, so let's figure this out. After Allie spent a decent amount of time going through her clothes and just clearing it out for me, I came over and we just assessed the drawing that she had on hand to see what was feasible and what wasn't. We also kind of walked through what would make the most sense. Instead of spending a bunch of money on a renter-friendly closet, can we work with the IKEA piece in there? Can we take the doors off? Can we just open it up a bit and not change too much? Even though I'm not doing anything super drastic, like changing the complete layout of this closet, the one place we can make a difference is the smaller details. So the IKEA shelving unit, I decided I wanted to add doors to it and try this trim DIY that I've seen a couple of times to just chic up the closet a little bit more. This is actually the trim and molding section within Home Depot. And if you go towards the wood trim, the detail, that is what I'm choosing from here and just kind of making sure that Allie likes the trim along the way. Because again, this is her closet. I'm just DIYing it. I didn't put too much pressure on myself to get much done day one. What I did was add the details that I knew were going to stay, which is, for instance, staining the closet rods from the white paint. I sanded it off and stained it this golden oak to bring this warmth in there. I also added some drapes because we were contemplating taking off the doors and just storing them elsewhere, and then putting them back on before she moves. This was also the day where we just kind of put things into place that we purchased to make sure that it fit or it didn't, so we can kind of redirect and have a new game plan for the next day to actually successfully get this done. I'm not going to recommend drapes for everybody, but there is just something about adding drapes to a smaller closet and opening it up that just makes it a little bit more romantic, and personally, it just looks a little bit more dialed than the doors. The doors are just so bulky and in your face, and I am not a fan. But again, all personal preference. There are a lot of things that I love about Allie, but something I love in specific is that she's just always down to do whatever. So we just sat there and I was like, hey, we're moving into your closet before we DIY the rest so we know what we're working with. And that's exactly what we did. We started switching over from plastic hangers to like linen hangers. They're a little bit more decorative. They're non-slip. And again, just switching out from white plastic hangers to these, you know, nicer hangers makes all the world a difference. Allie mentioned that she wanted it to look like a little boutique, and that is the idea that I kept in the forefront of my mind this entire time. So when I moved into her closet again to just get a better idea, I put her nicer casual items on the left-hand side that she kind of pulls on a daily basis, and then I opted to put like her dressier items, longer items on the right-hand side just to kind of separate and give each side a purpose. Do you want to bring more in here? Like matching.
Right.
And this is your casual side.
Those hangers with the fucking
Yeah, they make
linen drape. I love that.
So like,
my head fit so perfectly right
this is what I'm like, do we want the drapes or do we want the door? Or are we finding just the doors?
I like the drapes. The doors,
I love the drapes.
yeah, the doors make me want to like
Yeah.
suck.
It's like, no, let's just remove these. Okay, cool. So then we need to find, so my steamer, I need to bring my steamer tomorrow. I wish I had a before of this closet. Unfortunately, I do not, but already just simply organizing your clothes in a new manner is gonna give new life. Once we all agreed, Tori, Allie, and myself, we liked the direction of the closet. That's when I took a breather for the evening, double checked everything on our list, and moved forward with DIYing the next day. All right, party people. It is day 2. I kind of had a feeling once we got back to her house after material shopping, I just wanted to move the clothes in to kind of see where we stood with the DIYs versus like DIYing then putting the clothes in, the clothes don't fit. So yesterday, after taking a couple of notes, I decided today to DIY some things before I head over just to make my life a little easier and have a little bit more control if I mess up with the tools that I have here versus the lack of tools that I have available at Allie. So DIY'd me a bit. This IKEA add-on, it's not even a hack, and I hope you like it. Let's just dive in, DIY in detail together, okay? When I cut the doors for the IKEA hack out of my scrap ply, that's when I started to lay down the trim and get an idea of what it was going to look like. Unfortunately, I definitely did not have enough material, which was fine. I automatically noticed that right when I started. I was like, what was I even thinking? But I just moved forward to make sure that I liked the plan in general. Let me tell you something. Oh boy. So the trim that I bought in anticipation, the trim I bought in anticipation for it to cover 2 doors, it barely covers 1. So I need Allie to run over to Home Depot while I try to wrap what I can up here with this. 21 inches wide by 28 long. They're fairly small doors. The trim hack actually takes more money than you anticipate, but I'm gonna see this through because I think this is gonna be super fucking cute. There really wasn't any rhyme or reason how I threw these pieces of trim down, besides I didn't want the same trim next to each other too closely, so I tried to alternate it as much as possible. I started to secure that with some wood glue and a brad nailer, but then quickly realized the brad nailer was a little bit too heavy duty for the final touch work that I was trying to do here. So you can see the holes probably on the bottom left, middle, top left. And that's because we're using something that looks like this. Excuse my nails, but they are pretty large and in charge. They have a thicker head, creating a bigger hole than I want, and I don't want to go through and fill them all with wood putty. So I'm switching to pin nails, more like finishing nails, and it's a different gun, obviously. That's a pin nailer. The other one I'm using is a brad nailer. So I'm switching. Oh boy. Am I about to try to attempt to teach something? I'm going to teach you the Rachel way. What are the difference between the nailers? I kind of mentioned them before, but now that I'm waiting for Allie to come back from Home Depot so we can finish this DIY, that's the difference between the two. Heavier duty, final product. So I switched to this because I didn't want too much of a mark. I didn't need to go too heavy duty because the pieces are just like little baby fragile things. So that's why I used the pin nailer. The brad nailer comes with a compressor if you want. I have the battery operated one because it just makes my life so much easier. I have used one with an air compressor. It's great. It was DeWalt. I loved it. I just don't like the setup of it, and I'm not doing anything super crazy. You have one with an air compressor quite yet, but I am excited for when that day comes. If you don't know how to use a nailer of any kind and you're intimidated to buy your own, ask a friend that has one and legitimately do what I'm about to do. I am simply nailing two pieces of wood together. And the reason I'm doing that is because I'm showing you how I got into tools, and I got into tools by just tinkering. I don't want you to be intimidated, but I am just going to show you how not intimidating these guys are. These are not the right size nails, but you're gonna go ahead and make nailer. Fingers off the trigger. You're gonna press your nose down and shoot. Now for the pin nail, I'm gonna do one right next to here. You can hear the difference too. Brad nail, pin nail. Nothing to be intimidated with here. I specifically think I wasn't so intimidated by the brad nailer because I had a wireless one first. Like I said, I'm interested to get one with a compressor. But this is exactly why we switched from brad nails to pin nails. You're gonna see so many nails. And that's okay. We can cut these down. Do not judge me. The thicker piece, when I flip it over, this is where like the doors will attach.
Oh my god.
Isn't that so stunning?
Oh my god,
Right?
I love that.
Okay, cool. I'm super excited about this.
Oh my god, and then when it's stained.
My crazy ass wants to do this now on the wall in the trailer. I might want this in the trailer. I want to do that, and then I want to put the article mirror on it. Ooh, ideas! When we made over Allie's bedroom, the stain that we used on the long shelf that holds all her propagations is called golden oak. So we wanted to repeat that stain color here to just pull in from the top left of the bedroom into this closet. So when you read a room, for me, from left to right, it all kind of makes sense. There's a theme going. There's a warmth that is kind of found throughout the space. So that's exactly why I chose this color. Crap. Also, go get Hannah's ring. Go get it. You know your brad always recommends sealing your wood. So the stain that I used did not have a poly or a sealant combination within it. That is why I'm going in with a matte sealant from Behr because I do not want it shiny at all. I just kind of want the trim to speak for itself in the color. The floor. And it's not like illegal. I don't think it's illegal to remove these doors. I just have such a hatred. I needed them gone. It just automatically feels like you can breathe. But besides opening up the doors, another thing that I love to do when you don't have lighting in a closet is use plug-in LED strip lighting. I think there is such a wrong way to do this, but using a soft white in this closet automatically just illuminated the items in such a different way versus just like direct overhead lighting. Illuminating all sides just gives this overall glow, which is just gonna make it look nicer in my opinion. I decided to add a piece of thin shiplap, stained that golden oak color, and pop it up on that metal covering with some Velcro, again to add some warmth to the exterior and just take it to another level in a new way.
It's so cute.
Just a little upgrade. I don't know. I think it looks cuter than what was there.
It does.
What do you think? But now there's my phone hanging out. Jeez. I started to add the doors to the IKEA hack that we did, or whatever, IKEA add-on, I don't even know what you want to call it. But I got some dog love first, and then I got a brat and some fries brought to me, and I literally felt like royalty finishing up the DIY for the day. I mean, give me some puppy love, give me some sustenance, and watch me just go. However, my brain short-circuited when using these hinges that I linked down below, and Hallie had to like pull me back and be like, calm down, just scoot the door over to the left. Why did I think I couldn't?
Oh.
I don't know if that's right. And your gremlin is right, but I don't know if this is right. The bottom's right, we just gotta move the top in. We're so close. Oh my god, we're so close. This is what kills me. So mad. Oh my god, that is a different closet.
Like, who? That's what I'm saying.
That looks so pretty. Before I wrapped up and left for that second day, I decided to extend the shelf that was already there on the right-hand side where you see the cowboy boots all the way to the left. Not only to give you more space to put items or fold items, but to just make it look cohesive. Right.
Property and everything, yeah, I would keep them.
Yeah. But shit, and I'm like, and just selfishly, it's like, I don't want to add to it. I for sure could have wrapped this up in 3 days if a couple things didn't go wrong and I didn't have to go back into town. But the last couple minutes, you're going to see a blend of day 3 and day 4. It's really just about reorganizing, seeing what really works after staring at it for a couple of days, which you can see I already moved the nicer items to the bottom right. We moved the shoes up onto that shelf that we added because there was no shelf there. I just popped one on.
And down and up and down. If you were in control.
Did you take into consideration? Gosh, something I love so much is watching Allie's brain just totally work in evolution of the project. So when we first started moving into the closet, how she was moving in, I think was more boutique. And when we got towards the end of it, she started to pull out her clothes and put some on the top shelf, put some in that IKEA shelving. And it was according to how she got dressed, which I really enjoyed. I opted to stain the inside of the doors an ebony black to just kind of make it look like one unit when you open it up. And I also added some modern handles. Everything is linked down below for you, and a magnetic door stop so those doors hold close. She's not gonna add more shoes here. She doesn't know what she's gonna put here, but kind of like in my old laundry, I'm really just doing this just like my old small bedroom closet at Holly's. I'm gonna put some hooks on the back because she can fold stuff and put it in. These cup hooks out too. See what she owns. Hook belts she can do. This can easily be patched. These little holes. Yeah, cute. Okay, we just need to figure out the LED. The reason I like to bring the lighting all the way down is for that reason exactly. You're gonna light underneath the shelves. This can scoot under there. That's literally it. I finished up the details while Allie was out of town for her birthday, so when she came back, all the final touches that she didn't see previously were completed, and it just felt so good for her to come back, and she voice memoed me being like, are you joking? Whose closet is this? And it's like, it's yours. It just takes a little tiny bit of elbow grease, a little bit of thought, and a buddy to DIY along the way if you're not too sure, and you can create something really beautiful, no matter what size or if you're renting. I said it before and I'll say it again, the closet makeovers that I have done are a little bit repetitive because they are a similar layout, a similar space, but that doesn't mean that it can't be something that you get excited by versus when you open up you feel overwhelmed with. I left some space for her to move into, so the space underneath the purses, she can move those shoes, above to the top shelves. I put some storage shelves up there in the meantime if she wanted to store anything else. I also wrote her a cute little letter, put some flowers, because I also think having little details, decor details in your closet just makes you feel a little bit better in my opinion. Oh my gosh, a rainbow just popped up in front of me as I'm finishing this edit, and that is stunning. Anyways, Expect to see more of these renter-friendly DIY makeovers, because what I told myself last year that I'm not going to do this year is getting stagnant with depression of the renovation going wrong. So instead of sitting in the going wrong, I'm just going to go ahead and move forward and do right when I can. And doing right, in my opinion right now, is making my assistant's renter-friendly house a renter-friendly home and showing you how we're doing that along the way. Because it's just going to evolve. It's going to keep getting better and more different, and I'm excited to tackle this space with you as well as my own home renovation. If you have made it this far, God, do I love you. And also the trailer with all this rain leaking in new places. So expect to see a little bit of like a mishmash combination vlog next week, because I just need to not run away from the problems that I did when I went to the snow with Hannah. I will see you soon for another DIY.